We are taking you into the news right now with the Fox 45 news feed. It's 11 a.m. An overnight fire that injured a firefighter now being investigated as arson. What investigators are saying about an arrest in the case and how that injured firefighter is doing. A new bill to help protect seniors from fraud, the bill that Maryland Congressman Kwesi Mfume is introducing. And just as student debt payments are set to resume, a new report shows that Maryland has the second highest debt in the country. We'll look at how the debt compares to the national average. Fox 45 News Midday starts now.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News Midday.
Thanks for joining us for Fox 45 News Midday. I'm Patrice Sanders. We begin with an update to breaking news out of Baltimore County. One person is in custody after a firefighter was injured in an overnight fire. That 3-alarm fire broke out at the Advanced Auto Parts in Reisterstown. Olivia Dance there live now where that fire is being investigated. We're hearing Olivia's arson.
Yeah, Patrice, that's exactly right. And this was a very serious fire impacting the Advanced Auto Parts here in Baltimore County. A spokesperson for the Baltimore County Fire Department did tell me that the cause of the fire is arson. And as you mentioned, they now have an adult male in custody. But I want to show you, they recently just put up this fence here. But if we zoom in past the fence, you can really see the extent of the damage. And it is severe. Investigators also recently got to the scene and are looking for additional evidence. Now, the reason they're putting up this fence around the building is because they're preparing to demolish it later today. The bank connected to the Advanced Auto Parts will not be demolished, though. And I actually walked around to the back side of the building that you can't really see from where I'm standing, and part of that also collapsed in the fire. I've also seen smoke coming out of the roof of the building all morning. I'm told that's because of hot spots that the crews are still working to put out. So the smell of smoke is still in the air, and it is very strong. Lieutenant Francis, who's a spokesperson for the department, tells me this fire was particularly difficult to put out, and last night over 100 firefighters responded to the scene.
So not only the hazardous materials, one of the most dangerous fires that firefighters go into is one that's caused by arson, because we don't know the person's intent, how many fires may have been set. It was after 9 p.m. The store was closed, the lights were out. Very, very heavy, thick black smoke that was down to the ground, so it was difficult for firefighters to navigate inside.
Lieutenant Francis told me crews responding dealt with some small chemical explosions because of the hazardous material inside this store. One firefighter was injured. That happened when a part of the ceiling collapsed on him. A Mayday was called and a team went inside the building to find him. When they did, he was disoriented but able to walk out. He has non-life-threatening injuries, and this morning he was released from the hospital and thankfully is back home with his family. But this fire took a lot of time and effort. Thankfully, it is now under control, but the public is being asked to avoid this immediate area. For now, reporting live in Reisterstown, I'm Olivia Dance, Fox 45 News, Midday.
Now to breaking news out of the city. Police are searching for the driver who struck and killed a man and then drove off. It happened just after 2:30 this morning in Southwest Baltimore. Police say the man was found at North Hilton Street and Phelps Lane. Medics pronounced the man dead at the scene. The driver of the car that struck him did not stop. Turning now to a city in crisis. The trial continues today for the Squeegee kid accused of shooting and killing a man near the Inner Harbor last year. 16-year-old Tavon Scott is charged with first-degree murder for the shooting death of Timothy Reynolds. Police say Reynolds confronted a group of Squeegee kids with a bat before he was hit in the head with a rock and then shot. Now, following the shooting, the mayor announced a new Squeegee collaborative. The strategy bars Squeegee kids from working intersections at 6 no Squeegee zones. It also offers the kids help finding jobs and returning to school. 5 months after the enforcement began, the number of Squeegee kids in those no Squeegee zones has significantly declined. However, the rate of juvenile crime has soared.
Because the plan that they had wasn't a plan that the children needed. Because now you're telling the children to come to a place for a job, and they don't know how to fill out the form.
Now, while there's no official link between juvenile crime and the declining number of Squeegee kids, some critics we spoke with believe there is a connection.
If you take away the work that we're doing, that we had to put our Squeegee tools down, then we're going to pick up other tools.
And what's happened?
They picked up other tools. and they're not afraid to use them.
The city also launched a fundraising campaign to help squeegee kids who were no longer squeegeeing, but at last check, less than $100 was raised. Making headlines, former President Donald Trump may soon face criminal charges for what happened in the last days of his presidency. The former president says special counsel Jack Smith sent a letter on Sunday telling him he is a target of an investigation into efforts to overturn the 2020 presidential election. Trump and his allies are accusing the Biden administration of weaponizing the DOJ against him. The White House pushing back on those claims.
The president respects the Department of Justice, their independence. He has been very steadfast on making sure that the rule of law comes back in this administration, comes back in the White House, and clearly the administration more broadly, and that's what you have seen.
Trump has already been indicted twice this year in a New York hush money case and a probe into his handling of classified documents. 11:05, here's your look at today's top trending stories. Trending number one, Maryland Congressman Kwesi Mfume is introducing new legislation to help older adults who have been targeted by scams or frauds. It's called the Reporting Instances of Non-Authorized Grift or Ring Act of 2023. The bipartisan bill requires creditors, like credit card companies, to create a telephone hotline to help older Americans resolve billing errors and fraud. The bill is backed by the AARP and National Consumer Law Center. Trending number two, officials in Baltimore County are preparing to roll out a gunshot detection program. The county has partnered with ShotSpotter. It's the same gun detection tool that is used across Baltimore City and other cities. It is expected to be rolled out in the Wilkins and Essex precincts next Wednesday. Trending number three, a Baltimore City grandmother is convicted of failing to secure her gun. Prosecutors say April Gaskin's 9-year-old grandson used the weapon to shoot and kill 15-year-old Nikayla Strouder. State law says that the 9-year-old cannot be charged due to his age. Gaskins is facing 6 years when she is sentenced in September. Trending number four, a 21-year-old man is fighting for his life after police say he was shot in Little Italy over the weekend. Investigators say the shooting stemmed from a dispute, but they wouldn't provide any other information. No arrests have been made. Download the Fox 45 News app for up-to-the-minute traffic conditions, breaking news, and weather anytime. Search WBFF in your app store. The DMV is putting the brakes on one man's personalized plates, what the driver had printed on his license plate. That's raising red flags and how he is defending it. And In-N-Out Burger is saying out with the mask, the new ban it's imposing on employees. And the first in the country, we're looking at the state that is now banning the cash bail system.
And after a rainy start to your Wednesday, I am tracking more pop-up showers and even some storms this afternoon, along with the heat and the humidity. Highs headed into the upper 80s again today. I'll let you know exactly how long this unsettled pattern is going to continue and when we'll catch a break from the heat in a couple of minutes on Fox 45 News Midday at 11.
Fox 45 News, winner of 16 2022 Regional Emmy Awards, more than all other Baltimore news stations combined.
It's 11:10 now. We're taking a look at your social stream. Illinois will become the first state to end cash bail. Under the new law, those charged with a crime will not be required to post bail in order to leave jail while they're awaiting trial. Judges can decide if a defendant poses too much of a threat to the community to be released. They can also set certain conditions for the defendant. For example, avoiding contact with a certain person. Those in favor of eliminating cash bail say the system is unfair to poor defendants. Reaction on social media? Alex says it'll be interesting to see the effects of this, but I gotta admit, glad that I'll be watching it from afar. Another one saying good. People who can't afford to pay their bail shouldn't be rotting in prison before they've even had their trial. Not if innocent until proven guilty is actually supposed to mean anything. The Federal Trade Commission is announcing a nationwide crackdown of illegal robocalls and telemarketers. Operation Stop Scam Calls involves more than 100 other federal and state law enforcement agencies. The goal is to stop companies from flooding consumers with unwanted calls. More than 246 million phone numbers are listed on the National Do Not Call Registry created by the FTC. Here's what you have to say. I feel bad for telemarketers. Has to be the worst job. To which someone else says, it's okay to take your anger out on telemarketers. They're not real people. In fact, they probably are. In-N-Out Burger is banning employees from wearing masks unless they have a doctor's note. The fast food chain says the new rule highlights the importance of showing employees smiles to customers. The mandate applies to 5 of the 7 states where the restaurant operates, impacting employees in Arizona, Colorado, Nevada, Texas, and Utah. That rule goes into effect next month. You've got Jackson saying if people want to wear a mask, they should be able to wear a mask. It's their prerogative. To which someone else says they also don't have to be employed there. Well, this summer, Sinclair is partnering with the National Diaper Bank for Sinclair Cares Summer Diaper Drive. Scan the QR code to help local diaper banks provide diapers to children and families in need. Donate today for a healthier future for our little ones. And if your family is struggling with basic needs for your baby, go to sinclaircares.com. Still ahead, what's okay to wear to the office? We're going to look at a new survey that breaks down office attire and what's appropriate. But first, Maryland is home to the second highest student debts of any other state. Just how much the average borrower owes and when those payments will resume. And coming up later today at noon, it's Karamo. Then at 1, it's Sherry, followed by Hot Bench at 2. 11:12 now on Fox 45 News Midday. (11:14) now. We are back with a live look over the Inner Harbor. It will be a little cooler today, and grab the umbrella because we could see some storms. Stay with us. Meteorologist Amy Aronson will share how long the rain will last and then when we're going to climb back into the 90s. Well, after being put on pause due to the pandemic, student loan payments are set to resume October 1st. And a new report finds that Marylanders have the second highest student loan debt in the country. Only Washington, D.C. is higher. The study from chamberofcommerce.org finds Maryland carries $34.5 billion in federal student loan debt. That is about $42,666 per borrower. Nationwide, the average student loan debt is about $37,717. Happening today, the Biden administration is hosting a summit at the White House to discuss how to make child care more affordable for American families. President Biden is looking to gain input from leaders at a state level. The meeting will include 90 lawmakers from across the country alongside administration officials. Also today, we are awaiting an afternoon update from police in Georgia about the disappearance of Carly Russell. She's since been found safe, but there are so many questions remaining about what happened while she was reported missing. Hoover police say the 25-year-old called 911 on Thursday saying she saw a toddler on the side of the road, and then she vanished for 2 days before then returning home. Police are set to give an update on the case this afternoon. Coming up later tonight on Fox 45 News at 4, day 3 of the trial of a Squeegee kid accused of killing a driver. The latest from court as his team says that the shooting was in self-defense. Then at 5, kids are breaking into pools and putting their lives at risk. The safety concerns as some are wondering why the city can't keep these facilities open. And at 6, is the state's education plan too expensive? A new report warning increased spending could eventually force Maryland into a $1 billion budget deficit. You can get Fox 45 News in a flash through your Amazon Alexa or Echo. We now deliver your local headlines and forecasts in less than 2 minutes. If you have an Amazon device, tell it to enable Fox 45 Baltimore. 11:16 now to today's talking point. A new survey is looking at what men can get away with wearing at the office, specifically when it comes to casual clothes. The Wall Street Journal and a global research company teamed up to survey more than 1,000 people. Overall, 58% say it is appropriate for men to wear shorts to the office, but participants from the boomer generation disagree. 57% of boomers say wearing shorts to work is not okay. When it comes to graphic T-shirts, the survey found 52% of participants say it is acceptable for men to wear that to work, and 73% of men who show up in running sneakers, they say that's fine. Mark Clark with Be More Lifestyle is here now, and they're saying in an office, so I'm surprised by what would be allowed in an office. I see an office as a different space, as a different kind of employment, retail or something else. In an office, would that be okay?
Yeah, I think, you know, and I'm not a boomer, okay, generation, the kids. I'm not a boomer, but I think, Patrice, we were raised like, more traditional where you had a jacket or a dress shirt or dress slacks and no tennis shoes, no graphic T-shirts. And so, you know, no shorts, definitely. Shorts definitely were not a thing when I was coming up that you would wear in office, even on casual Friday, right? But it's changed.
It has. So, and you know, you know, what's you know who I'm talking about out west, the
IT people?
Yes, the Googles and the Metas and all of that. That's how they come to work, and that's acceptable and that's okay. So that is office. So that environment has changed. But I'm thinking, what would I think if my news director walked in here? Well, in shorts.
Well, David has amazing legs. Have you seen his legs? He's got amazing legs.
I have not seen his legs, but I'd look at him and see him in shorts and be like, okay, I'm granting myself a week off because I don't trust you.
You might not be able to work.
All right, well, I didn't say that. You're trying to start something. All right, goodbye, Mark. We've got rain on the radar. Thankfully, it is nothing like the wild storms that meteorologist Amy Aronson is showing us that those in Alabama are seeing. Look at that.
Yeah, let's head to Alabama. Let's head south where they got hammered with some storms. These actually were last night's storms. They were dealing with not only heavy rain, but you can see some very powerful winds causing a loose street light there, actually, that's flickering back and forth. Here's the damage done. So this is what they're waking up to today. A number of downed trees blocking roadways. Here's another image of some of that storm damage. This was from Rogersville. So they've had their hands full with storms. Also, heat has been an issue across the South. You'll notice heat advisories and warnings and watches continue there. For us, we're actually tracking a weather maker too. We saw some rain courtesy of that already today. That first batch of showers and storms has moved on. It's cleared the eastern shore, cleared the beaches, and now we're actually starting to dry things out. Still left behind with some clouds though, and we are still under a marginal risk for severe weather today. So we're not in the clear just yet. I am tracking additional pop-up showers and even some thunderstorms this afternoon and this evening too. Main concern being damaging wind gusts. Right now it looks kind of overcast. Now the one benefit of the rain this morning helping us out with our air quality, washing away some of that haze and that smoke, but we are still very sticky. Mid-70s to begin right now. Dew points also in the 70s, meaning that humidity is certainly noticeable again today with that front hanging out nearby. And we do still have a little flood advisory for Caroline County across the bay along the eastern shore that will linger for about 20 more minutes. That's just because of the rain that already moved through there today. The rest of us are dry at the moment and should stay dry for the next couple of hours. But future scans shows we are going to be tracking a few additional pop-up showers and storms today. As you can see, limited. So it's not like this morning where we had that batch of rain moving through. It's more scattered, more widely scattered this afternoon and this evening. But remember, some of these storms could certainly produce some gusty winds. Over the next 3 days, that's going to be the story. We do have afternoon storms, heat, and some humidity. Highs close to 90 through Thursday. We should cut down on that humidity through Friday, but it's still very toasty with highs in the low 90s. Over the weekend, it is drier and a little better, but still very hot with highs close to 90 all the way into early next week, too. Patrice?
All right, Amy, thank you. Starting tomorrow morning, Fox 45 is your home for the FIFA Women's World Cup. Coming to you from Australia and New Zealand. New Zealand versus Norway will kick off the first World Cup game starting at 3 a.m. After that match, Australia will be playing Republic of Ireland. That game starts at 6 a.m. Now, because of the World Cup, that will create some changes for our lineup. Tomorrow morning, you can watch our morning news starting at 4:30 a.m. on the CW Baltimore, while World Cup action plays out right here on Fox 45. Then once the World Cup broadcast ends at around 8 a.m., our morning news will return to Fox 45. Still ahead, parts of a plane falling off mid-air and into a neighborhood. Coming up here from the homeowner who had them land in his yard. And as more airlines cancel flights, more people are rethinking their summer travel plans. The alternative in travel that is growing in popularity. 11:22 now on Fox 45 News Midday. 11:25. Don't miss this. Parts of a plane falling off midair, and it happened over Chicago. An emergency slide from a United Airlines flight falling outside of a man's home.
The lady that we spoke to at the Department of Aviation had said to us, well, how do you know that it's from an airplane? Well, because there's a giant slide in our backyard that's bigger than a car, ma'am.
That's crazy. Thankfully, though, no one was hurt. The exact cause of that soaring slide is unknown, but it's being investigated. As more airlines see a rise in flight cancellations, the Wall Street Journal is reporting bus travel is becoming a more popular option. The owner of Greyhound says ridership jumped 63% year over year for the 4th of July weekend and 70% over the Memorial Day weekend. Microsoft is launching a new AI chatbot that is supposed to be more secure. The tech giant says Bing Chat Enterprise is designed so that businesses can rest assured potentially sensitive information is being shared safely. The chatbot is being rolled out to all users in the next 30 days, but companies' IT departments can manually turn it on now. It's time for your lunch break. Chipotle is expanding to smaller markets. The burrito chain hopes to open 700 to 800 new locations in small towns and cities in the next few years. They would be in addition to the nearly 3,800 restaurants Chipotle plans to open in North America. Chipotle is the 10th largest restaurant chain by U.S. sales. Well, that's all we have for Fox 45 News Midday. Be More Lifestyle is up next. Mark Clark back to tell us what they're working on.
Hey, Patrice, a new mom is causing debate online after banning her mother-in-law from being around her newborn unsupervised. What the grandmother did that's dividing the internet when it comes to who's right. Stick around for Be More Lifestyle coming up next.
You're watching Fox 45 in Baltimore. Now live from TV Hill, this is Be More Lifestyle.
What's up, Baltimore? I'm Mark Clark, and this is Be More Lifestyle live from Studio A at Fox Baltimore. Lady T is here, along with Ezra, E-Money Ellen from the King Collective, and as well as Amy Aronson. I was trying to make good morning, everybody. Let me tell you right now, okay? A Nevada driver who tried to get a little feisty with their license plate is getting a second chance to keep the controversial plate. The plate reads GOBK2CA, short for Go Back to California. Oh, no. The plate was recalled by the State Department of Motor Vehicles. But the owner appealed and is now getting a second hearing today where the courts may decide if they can keep the plate or have it to turn in. Nevada DMV says the plate violates policy, saying it's defamation to a person or a group, the group being Californians.
Oh, gee.
E-Money, your thoughts?
Passive-aggressive much?
Yeah.
I get it.
He's right.
Prices are going up, new folks coming in, and people want other folks to kind of keep things the same. But I don't know. Tone on the road rage. And,
you got California vibes. You got laid back California vibes.
Well, Mark, I'm trying to be like you.
Laid back LA vibes.
I feel like it came on.
Okay, Lady T, are you offended by this? Would
Not
you be
at
offended
all.
by this?
I don't even care. Honestly, it doesn't make any sense because Go Back to California. Are you not a Tupac fan? I just feel like it's a little weird. Like it's a little weird that they have that as their. I love creative license plates, so I love reading it on the on the street and stuff. But it's a little weird. I think you need to calm down with the license plate.
Amy?
So I was just in California for the first time.
Okay.
Hated
darling.
it.
Really?
Did not like it. The traffic.
Didn't like traffic.
It was messy.
Okay.
Gas prices. $6.99 a gallon.
Wow.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, we had a Suburban cost us
right.
$170 to fill up the tank.
Well, you gotta be rich to live there, apparently.
Not going back to California. Yeah.
Martha Stewart or just be rich.
I could not afford California. That's what I learned.
Speaking of rich, this next story is rich.
Okay.
That's what I did there. When it comes to parenting, setting boundaries with family can be difficult. One new mom is asking the internet if she's wrong for banning her mother-in-law from spending time alone with the newborn. The mom says the baby was premature, and she and her husband told family there would be no kisses, but she caught the mother-in-law kissing the baby. She says the new rule has created drama, but she's more concerned about keeping her family healthy. Amy,
oh, this
you're
is a tough one.
about to, okay.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Amy's about rules.
I wouldn't say an expert. No, I would say, like, you gotta listen to the parents,
That's
right?
true.
You know, like, you want to be safe. And if a baby gets a fever, I just learned this, you have to go right to the ER. So it's like a big deal. It's not just like a
Mama can't
quick
be kissing
little
on the
fix.
baby.
Yeah, you can't
you're
kiss
really
the baby.
protecting them from like germs and stuff. I know there's like hand, foot, and mouth disease too. So they're like,
Yeah, you don't want that.
Really trying to be.
I think that's cows.
No. It's on people. There's babies were
No,
getting
people
it.
can get it, too.
Hoof and mouth disease for the
Babies
kids?
were getting it for a while. So like my cousin was like, do not kiss on like, because you know, we have a habit of kissing them around the lips, the babies, and even though they don't want it, we want to show them love, and you know, it's just not, you know, it's not cleanly.
E-Money, we don't have time for you on this one. We'll come back, okay? We want you to tell it, okay? Is a mom right? Vote on our website, foxbaltimore.com/vote. When you get to the website, make sure you click on the Lifestyle tab. You can also vote on the Fox 45 News app. At the end of the show, we'll see what everybody thinks. Now, Taylor Swift is accomplishing her incredible milestone in her music career. The singer-songwriter has more #1 albums than any other female musician in history. Speak Now, Taylor's new re-recorded album, debuted at #1 on the Billboard chart, making it her 12th #1 after beating out Barbara Streisand. Ezra, what's your thoughts? I know you're a Swiftie. What do you think about this?
I am. I don't even understand what an album is anymore.
You don't give me Swiftie. No, you don't give me Swiftie vibes. Not at all. Even with the jacket, I don't get Swiftie vibes. Nah, sir. What?
In fact, I bet you don't even know one Taylor Swift song.
What? Give me at least 2 Taylor Swift songs.
I'm gonna pass.
Okay, see, it's the jacket alone, and he don't know 2 Taylor Swift songs.
So we know you're a Swiftie. So let's go to Amy. Are you shocked by this?
No, I feel like all anyone is talking about is Taylor Swift right now.
Are you a
Like,
Swiftie?
yeah, like I wish I had gone to her concert, but couldn't afford
a minute.
tickets.
I wish I would have.
Lady T, have you ever gone to a Taylor Swift concert?
I haven't gone. You know, Beyonce and T Swift is what everybody's talking about right now. But honestly, I just want to see her with the guitar a little bit more. I'm hoping that's what she does on her next album. Now that she's been through about 2 breakups now.
Now, Lady T, when you're
she's got more stuff coming out though.
Now, when you're on TMZ Weekly, do you talk about Taylor Swift on that show?
I talked about the breakup with Joe Alwyn because I was like, listen, we knew this was coming. Who is he?
Our celebrity.
I was like, who is he even? Like, he was just a nobody.
I'm
so I was
shocked.
like, bye.
It's weird. I think it's weird in that I'm not shocked that she has this distinction.
Yeah.
But I think, I don't know if in my opinion, I don't know if she's on the lead of Mount Rushmore of female artists.
She is. And I don't like that they said that she beat Barbara Streisand. I thought that was messed up. You ain't had to put names out there about who she beat. Women power all all day, okay?
Yeah, okay. Well, we're going to see, as we're going to see you later in the show.
With that jacket,
Amy,
yes.
we're going to see you later in the show.
Yeah.
Lady T, we're just going to put you on the show for no reason.
Yeah.
So ahead, calling all music fans. We'll chat with one of the music icon and upcoming music actress and musician. But first, don't head out of your summer road. Don't head out to the summer road without your road emergency kit. We'll tell you what you need to have coming up.
You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
A dead car battery can be a major pain. Nick Calderon has the perfect 10-in-1 tool to make sure you get moving again in a hurry without an expensive service call. Here's America's Steals and Deals.
The following segment is sponsored by Naki.
Not today, man. Dead car batteries. Every single time you're trying to get out of the house on time, be someplace, it happens. That click, click, click. Or you're on the side of the road on a gray, cold, dark day like today. It's never fun. But I have the answer for you. It's called the Jump Smart, and it can get you back on the road quickly. Watch this. Plug the 2 alligator clips in right here. Red clamp to red on the battery. Black to black, I get a beep and a green light, and now I can start my car back up. Just like that. I don't have to wait for roadside assistance or anybody else to come and help me out. I keep a Jump Smart in every family member's car. My daughters have one, my wife has one, and I know I have peace of mind, and so do they. It's also a 10-in-1 tool. It's got a compass, a thermometer, it's a flashlight and a strobe light, many other tools as well. And my favorite part, you can charge your cell phone with the 2 included USB ports on the back. If you lose power in a storm or something, just plug your phone in and you can stay connected with family and friends. Speaking of them, put one in every family member's car. 31% off right now at asadeals.com.
Our friend, entertainment reporter Eric Dahl sat down with music icon and up-and-coming musician and actress right here in this package. Check this out.
I can't believe this 40th anniversary of the launching of your groundbreaking music. I remember when you came out and everything you were doing so cutting edge. What does it feel like to be 40 years into this now?
It feels really great, to have survived the last 4 decades.
You've always done an incredible job of melding music and art.
Well, I saw that as my job, to make little pieces of music that you couldn't get out of your head. That's my thing. Because if I can't get it out of my head, then I know that it'd probably be the same for other people. So if I don't wake up the next morning with that thing going round in my brain,
right.
Then I don't continue with it. I really want it to be embedded.
Well, and I think obviously that's worked also, Howard, because of how many of your songs have ended up in movies and TV shows now as well.
Because I always wanted to have my records on the radio. There was a lot of cool bands around my time. who shunned that, didn't want to be on the radio. They just wanted people to listen to their...
Howard Jones, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you, Eric. Thanks for having me.
After I heard one of your songs, I knew I had to have you on the show, but it's like this has been a big year for you, and I think it's going to be even bigger with everything you've got going on, just coming off tour, right?
Yeah.
And so I got to talk about this with songs from Sweetwater. Tough to pick my favorite song on this EP that you put out.
Good. That's a good problem to have.
But on this soundtrack, you've got Gary Clark Jr., you've got Keb Mo, you've got Billy Gibbons. I mean, the list goes on, and you're on the soundtrack as well,
yeah.
And relatively young. What does that feel like?
It was a really cool opportunity. It was something that I really wouldn't have ever dreamed up for myself because I just never thought of acting being something that I could combine with music.
Right.
And to have that experience of my very first acting role being a jazz singer, the character has so many similarities to myself and my own career. It was just perfect. And to be able to work on all this music that's supposed to sound like it came right out of 1950, it was really fun to try to create a world kind of that is no longer existing anymore.
Follow everything she does on social media. There's going to be more great things coming out with Emmeline. Thank you for joining the show.
Thank you so much.
This summer, Sinclair is partnering with the National Diaper Bank for Sinclair Care's Summer Diaper Drive. Scan this QR code to help local diaper banks provide diapers to children and families in need. Donate today for a healthier future for our little ones. And if your family is struggling with basic needs for your baby, go to sinclaircares.com. We're talking fun summer cocktails without the alcohol. We'll show you how to make the perfect summer mocktail. And helping kids feel at ease this summer, how summer camp can help create a sense of belonging and community
This is Be More Lifestyle.
Welcome back. Now on to our happiest part of the hour. Mocktails are now, they're not new, but they sure are trending. And today we're going to teach you how to make those drinks at your event all inclusive for everyone to enjoy, you guys. Here to tell us more is Ezra Allen from Kane Collective. Hey, Ezzy, how you doing?
What's going on, Tiffany? How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited because, you know, I get excited around the drinks, okay? All right, so what do we have here today? Why are mocktails, like, trending? What do they call it? Did they call it that anymore?
Mocktails, zero proof. You know, we kind of believe in meeting people where they're at. So whether you're drinking or you're not drinking, we have something for everybody. And you can make something for everybody.
I can. Okay, good. So what's trending this summer? Like, what do we need to have so that we're making sure that our events are popping?
So one great cocktail, I think, and it's got a lot of Maryland lore, is the Southside. It's classic lemon mint. We made it with a little bit of ginger. We have 2 variations on that. So we're going to do one classic with 2 variations. You're going to make one.
Yay!
I'm going to make one.
I get to show off my skills a little bit.
I love it. Tiffany, the mixologist.
They call me Turn Up Tea. Okay?
I love it. I love it.
Okay, cool. All right, so you've got some stuff here today. Okay, what are we going to make? Let's make something.
So we're going to make a watermelon Southside, and we have this great amethyst botanical gin from our friends at Hopscotch Bottle Shop.
Gin? I don't drink gin like that. You don't ever hear it be like made often with, you know.
It's not gin. It's a botanical like spirit. It's
okay.
NA.
Here goes the complex
It's similar to that, but it's delicious. It's cucumber serrano, and it's got a little, Tiffany.
It's got a little,
it's amazing.
Okay.
So we're gonna put 1 ounce of the botanical gin in your shaker over there.
Okay.
So you're gonna grab this.
Okay. It has a little top to it. Look
that is, it's fancy.
Ooh, it's cute. Okay.
There
we're
we
gonna
go.
pour it forever, right? We're just gonna let it go.
Just a count of 4, and I think we're good.
Okay, never mind.
Perfect.
Right, never mind. Okay.
And we're gonna add 2 ounces of that Kane watermelon Southside.
The watermelon. I've never had this flavor. You know, I've had all the other ones, but I haven't
watermelon,
had this one.
lemon mint, a little bit of ginger in there as well.
All right, let me let you guys see what I'm pouring. Okay, here we go. So this is the non-mocktail, right? This is the
well, let's not call it a mocktail. Let's call it a zero-proof cocktail.
Okay, because it's not even real gin, so that's why. Okay, gotcha.
You're gonna put the top on.
I gotta put the top back. Oh, here it is. I would have shaken this all over here.
And in my shaker, I have blood orange, lemon mint ginger in there as well, too, with some rum from Papa's Pilar. I'm gonna shake it up, Tiffany.
Okay, we're gonna shake it up.
So,
how do you shake yours?
All right, so you're gonna make sure the top is on.
Okay.
All right, and kind of like hold it.
Oh, hold it like this?
Yep.
Okay, and then you
throw it behind. There you go.
Oh, you said throw it behind you. Also, you gotta throw it back.
So we're gonna throw it back.
When you're making drinks, you throw it back like this.
You'll stop shaking and you'll pull the top off.
I'm glad you said stop, because I wasn't sure. Okay. All right. Oh, wait. I only pulled this part off. Is that fine?
Yep. You're going to hold the other 2 pieces together. You're going to pour right in your glass.
Oh, look at this, y'all. Look at this. Here we go. Oh, this looks good.
We're going to top off with a little bit of club soda.
Club soda? Okay, where's that?
We have some right here from our friends at Fever Tree.
I love this. Yo, this is the new thing I always see at the cookouts nowadays, so that's good.
Super easy, super delicious.
So we're just gonna top it off a little bit right there?
Perfect.
Okay, cool.
And in mine, I added a little ginger beer.
Ooh, it's spicy though. The ginger beer is a little spicy.
It's a touch.
It's a little something.
Not too much.
Okay. All right, so this is it. Let me try it.
What do we think?
Amazing. Okay, now what event do you guys have coming up this weekend? Or coming up soon?
So coming up soon, we're going to be at the Charm City Music Festival. You'll hear more about that at Charm City Live.
Okay.
You can also find us at any of the local farmers markets. And there's a garden party happening on the 5th or 6th of August, and we'll tell you more about that as well.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for showing us about these mocktail trends, Ezra.
Thanks for having me.
Always
I appreciate
good to have
that.
You. All right, now over to Amy for the best weather in America, y'all.
Yeah, let's head south. We're not necessarily best, but certainly hottest weather in America right now. We're heading to Texas, where the heat is on. This poor little squirrel melting in the heat there, where it was 102 degrees. Even hotter in Midland, Texas, hot enough to bake cookies in the car. As you can see on the dashboard there, 190 degrees. And that's the reason why you never want to leave kids or pets in a locked car with heat like this. And we've got heat all across the country. We've got heat advisories, watches, and warnings. That's all the bright pink and orange you see across the South right now. No official advisories, watches, or warnings locally, but it's still toasty out there, hot and steamy. And we are tracking some showers and some storms too. We've already had one batch of rain move through this morning, and that was from this cold front that's hanging out nearby. That's going to kind of stall out and keep us unsettled for the next couple of days. That means we are tracking the potential for more pop-up showers and storms this afternoon. Because of that, that, we're included in a marginal risk for severe weather. It's a 1 out of 5 on our threat level scale, so it is low, but it means any storm that fires up could certainly produce some gusty winds. Right now, we're seeing some hazy sun trying to break through the clouds. The rain did help us out a little bit with our air quality, but it's still muggy out there. Mid-70s with dew points also in the 70s, meaning that humidity, yeah, it's noticeable. Radar looks much better, though. Not much happening at the moment, but that's going to change this afternoon. I think activity is more scattered for the rest of the day, very pop-up showers and storms, but where they develop, we could experience a brief downpour along with some gusty winds, too. And this will be the case, actually, for the rest of the week, along with the heat and the humidity. So here you go. Next couple of days look the same. We're up to 88 today, 90 tomorrow. By Friday, I think we're a little drier, but just as hot with highs in the low 90s. This weekend, we do take a little break from the humidity, not the heat. We're close to 90 both days. And then the stretch of the 90s will actually take us through early next week, too. Back to you.
Still ahead, a new mom is banning her mother-in-law from being with her newborn alone. What the grandmother did this, getting her blacklisted. And if you think the mom is right or wrong.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by SeriousFun Children's Network and Rite Aid Healthy Futures.
Summer camp means fun for all. So how are camps founded by Paul Newman spreading kindness, belonging, diversity, inclusion, and hope? Joining us now to discuss an exciting partnership between SeriousFun Children's Network and Rite Aid Healthy Futures are SeriousFun CEO Blake Marr and Rite Aid Healthy Future Executive Director Matt DeCamera. Welcome, guys. How are you?
Very well.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
So tell us how the SeriousFun camp experience is different from the other camp programs.
I'd be happy to do that. SeriousFun camp programs are different in that we serve over 130 medical conditions for children who are experiencing serious life challenges. And it's all provided free of charge to children and their families. And one of the things about camp is that it's not just the time that the kids spend at camp having the time of their lives, but it's about the impact that it has not only while they're there, but as they become older and turn into adults. We've hear back from 80% of our alumni campers that camp is one of those experiences in their lives that really impacts how they live every day. And it impacts things such as their willingness to try new experiences, their sense of empathy and compassion for others, their appreciation of diversity, their perseverance in their lives, and their self-confidence. And the list goes on. Camp is one of those things that changes, makes a lifelong change.
We know diversity is so important, but tell us about your partnership. Sounds exciting.
Yeah, Rite Aid Healthy Futures is very proud to partner with SeriousFun Children's Network. Rite Aid Healthy Futures strives to empower children and strengthen communities every day by advancing equity and opportunity for kids, especially those who face daunting realities in their life. And the partnership with SeriousFun Children's Network is so important